I think you're just out of luck, buddy. You're gonna have to find a new spot. And lift in the paw. Wedges. Oh, hot. Right, you got a snaggle tooth. Look at your snaggle tooth. Booty, 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 booty. Look at us, just two good-looking guys right here, right? Two bachelors on the prowl. Well, all right. Finally, rendering out TUVlog 32. What a journey that one was. So glad to have that behind me. That was a lot of things happening, just a lot. It took a lot to get through that. And it was just such an encompassing TUVlog between all of the stuff I did in the house and all the computer changing and I've got numerous projects on my plate and just a lot going on, and the Thanksgiving holiday was in there. It was just a lot. There was a lot that happened. And then the frustrating export experience. My face might still be a little wet. I missed a spot shaving. It just, it was, I'm totally sleep deprived and was very stressed out on Friday. And really, I'm going to make some breakfast right now, have that, and have a nap because I need to get some sleep. I really do. But I don't regret it. I don't regret any of it. It's always a learning experience. Anytime you can learn something, that's always a good thing. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at this point, and I'm probably just rambling, but I did want to say welcome to TUVlog 33. Finally, we made it to TUVlog 33. I didn't think I was ever gonna get here. I didn't think I was ever gonna close out TUVlog 32. So yeah, this week's agenda, weekend and week's agenda, is to get the website launched, TUCat uploaded, get all that stuff out there, get that rocking and rolling, and that shouldn't be a problem. I'm pretty much there, so I'm feeling confident. I don't know where TUCat is. Oh, here he is. We can't start a TUVlog without showing the TUCat. It's a tradition. He's sleeping in his favorite place, but I just woke him up, didn't I? I just woke up. TUCatty say, welcome to TUVlog 33. He's like, why? Why? This is my prime sleeping time. I'm kind of on your sleeping schedule though, buddy. I hear you. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. Go back to bed. Yeah, now he's up. I disturbed him. So anyway, I'm going to, I think, make some breakfast burritos. I do not have any meat. I could put turkey in them, but that's kind of weird, right? Yeah, I'm kind of, I'm hitting the wall on Thanksgiving leftovers at this point. I've had like 3 full meals of Thanksgiving leftovers plus Thanksgiving, so I need to have something to change it up. So I think I'm gonna make at least I can do potatoes and eggs and cheese, meatless breakfast burrito. That's what's gonna happen today, and then a big beefarino of a nap. I can guarantee you that, which is much needed. I'm hoping to have the vlog rendered out and ready for upload. Then I can take the nap and nap while it's doing that. It's the uploading and processing part. Well, somebody's just being rambunctious. I think you're good. I think you're just giving me payback for waking you up, aren't you? You're like, you woke me up, now I'm gonna bother you. And you're gonna paw at me and you're gonna give me that grouchy look, aren't you? Old man cat. Old man cat, he's still having to deal with this situation, not being able to get up there. Breakfast burrito! Owlcat. Well, it seems as if TUVlog 32 just refuses to want to go out to the internet. It just does not want to happen. I have tried and tried and tried to upload this stupid thing. I am on my 3rd attempt now to get the vlog to upload. One time it just stopped at like 20% and never moved forward. Another time it stopped at 49%. So I checked my router and it was basically showing that I was losing internet connectivity on and off throughout the day, which makes sense because Netflix for the last day or so has just been like randomly glitching out and needing to be reloaded. And sometimes Bright House does this where like the internet will drop for a minute or two and then it like reconnects. And when it happens when you're doing a YouTube upload, that's a problem. So I took a nice long nap, Fully expected to get up from that, not only have the video uploaded, but also processed, and no, it was stuck. And the thing is a lot of times YouTube doesn't just say it failed to upload, it just stops uploading. So it gets to a certain percentage and just stays there forever. So wherever it was when you lost your connection, that's just where it stays. So like I said, it was at like 40-some%, just locked there, wasn't moving. So yeah, I don't know what to do. So now I'm uploading it again, and this time it has brought my network to a crawl. Like nothing in here is working properly. I checked my upload speeds before I did the upload. They're at like a third of what they're supposed to be. So I don't know if everybody being like home for the weekend and Black Friday shopping or whatever is causing way too much stress on the Bright House network or what the deal is. But all I know is my connection right now for the last 2 days has been terrible. And I've tried uploading it from Safari. I tried uploading it from Chrome, and then I tried uploading it from Chrome on the PC. So the PC failed, the Mac failed, so now I'm trying it on Chrome on the Mac. So we'll see. I'm running, I don't think it has anything to do with the system I'm uploading it on. I think it's just my connection is crap today. So I actually expected this vlog to be up days ago at this point, and it's still not up. The other annoying thing is it's the same file size. It's within like a gigabyte of the same file size as all the other vlogs I've uploaded. Like the vlog is typically anywhere between like 12 to 15 gigabytes, depending on, if it's an hour and a half to a little over 2 hours or whatever. So there shouldn't be this much disparity for that small difference in size, and this one kind of falls right in the middle as far as file size goes. So I don't know what the problem is, but it's getting very, very frustrating. Trying to get the darn thing exported was frustrating, and now trying to get it uploaded is proving to be frustrating. It's a very frustrating vlog. Yet another turkey sandwich, some Doritos, and I'm actually watching a Blu-ray because my internet connection is so freaking bottlenecked that I can't do anything else. As a matter of fact, Echo Dot fell offline. It thinks there's no internet. The LifeX bulbs are flickering. They're getting weird. The PlayStation says it doesn't have a connection, but the vlog is still uploading. It's just chewing up every single bit of available bandwidth that I have. Every bit of it. And back in this seat again. I feel like I'm here all the time. I'm always in this seat. So the render or the upload failed again. And for whatever reason, my internet is just going to a complete standstill when I try to do this upload. So I don't know what's going on. I tweeted out today, I've tried to upload this numerous times, and the vlog is not really any different in size than it has been. So I don't understand what the problem is. For whatever reason, it's just taking forever. And then it's stalling out, and then it's quitting. And when it's uploading, I'm not able to do anything on the internet. It's really frustrating. I had it go overnight, and it failed. So it should have been up. I mean, this should have been up days ago. TUVlog 32. I'm like a fair amount into TUVlog 33. Somebody even tweeted. Let me get to my other screen. Where's my screen with my tweets? You may have to upload 2 vlogs at once. Yeah, I mean, seriously, the way this is going. So now, what I'm doing is I'm actually re-exporting the vlog. I don't know how much the quality is going to suffer, but I'm compressing it more than I usually do. I don't usually have to use anything other than just the straight up YouTube settings out of Premiere. Or, when I was using Final Cut, I would use the settings out of Final Cut, but they both pretty much create files of equal size when you use that preset. I think it's just the set bit rate that YouTube likes, even though when you go to upload it, YouTube barks at you that you're not using the correct settings. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm exporting it again from Premiere, compressed down a little bit now, so it's under 10 gigabytes. So yeah, really frustrating that it's creating this much trouble for me. I've never had so much trouble getting a TU vlog uploaded in the 31 other vlogs I've uploaded. I did have to laugh though. I did make a comment on the YouTube in the last vlog. Probably remember if you watched, well, you may never be able to watch the last vlog, but I made a comment about how people are getting way too worked up over the graphics cards. And I just kind of laughed about how basically now it's gone, the YouTube notifications thing. But I said the comments in here are interesting, but regardless, the 970 and the 780 Ti are still both great cards. So basically everybody, you know, be cool. And then within like a day, I had over like 14 replies to that comment that were all sparked from one comment from somebody saying, I only get 60 frames per second in BF1 at ultra settings. That seems pretty good to me. But also, yeah, the 970, it's not meant to be the card that pushes 100 frames per second with ultra settings on everything. But anyway, so I saw that comment and I'm just like, whatever. You know, I run most of my games on my home theater PC. I've got, this is my editing rig and then the home theater PC. I even put the better graphics card in the home theater PC. The 970s in here, the 1070s in there. But anyway, all of a sudden, like a couple of hours goes by and there's a bunch of back and forth between this guy and another guy and just tearing each other apart. You know, the other guy's saying that he gets like 100 frames per second, and then the conversation got so stupid that I literally couldn't follow it anymore. Like, I don't really understand what they were trying to say to each other, but it was this huge battle for absolutely no reason. Like, people, check your egos a little bit. Seriously. You're not always right, okay? I'm not always right. I may run benchmarks. I may get totally different results than you do. The motherboard you're using, the SSD, the game situation that you're running, where you're benchmarking in the game, all of it makes a difference on the numbers that you're gonna get. I mean, we make mistakes, things aren't perfect. Someone may get different numbers than you do. It's not, you know, as long as the card's not catching on fire and you're getting 60 frames per second, I think you're in pretty good shape. So just calm down. People, seriously, relax. Just relax and be thankful for the fact that you're able to complain about only being able to game at 60 frames per second. So anyway, there was that. But yeah, so now I'm just waiting on this render to finish up again, and then I'm gonna try uploading it again and see if that works. So, exhausting, just an exhausting day trying to get this done. That last TUVlog really took it out of me too, just all the back and forth, and I'm really bummed. Once I discovered I had so many working files for Final Cut on that hard drive, I was really hoping to be able to use those, but not gonna deal. Here's the deal breakers that kind of happened with you know, besides the fact that the thing just totally like crapped its pants on me. You've got a couple of things that are an issue with the new MacBook Pro. The dongle thing isn't a huge deal to me, honestly. But the fact that there's not dongles out there to hook up to like normal monitors is kind of a problem. You know, that are supported by Apple. Even their Thunderbolt 3 to Thunderbolt 2 is only meant for Thunderbolt 2 monitors, not DisplayPort monitors, like mini DisplayPort. Even though they look the same, if you go on the Apple website and you look at the reviews, even 9to5 Mac posted an article about it, the USB-C / Thunderbolt 3 to Thunderbolt 2 cable will not power a monitor that uses mini DisplayPort. Just won't. You have no way to do anything with DisplayPort unless you go third party, which obviously we know how that worked out for me. It totally made the laptop go bat crazy. So I just don't think we're there yet. Also, another thing I've noticed with this Sony camera, at 60 frames per second and 1080, if you go over 15 to 20 minutes, somewhere in that range on your clip time, the camera will overheat. And then you got to give it a minute to like kind of get it together. So something to keep in mind for RX 104 owners. Overheating seems to be Sony's thing. They're kind of known for that. Okay, so it's now 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm hoping that internet traffic all around me has calmed down. People are done streaming. People are done shopping. People are done using up whatever was happening earlier today. And hopefully, fourth time's a charm on getting this thing uploaded. So it's saying 1 hour and 56 minutes. I just started it. I did compress it more than usual, but it doesn't look like it had any effect on the quality. So hopefully it's okay. Of course, YouTube's bitching that it's not in the right format now, so whatever. All I can say is once this thing is finally up and posted, it's going to be a relief. But yeah, TUVlog 32, one of the more difficult ones. Just lots of challenges. Cleaning the house was challenging, but it was rewarding in the end. And really, so was the whole fiasco with Apple and everything else too. I learned a valuable lesson, like I said before, but still, it's a chapter that I'm going to be happy to just move on from. So, 9% uploaded. Still says an hour and 54 minutes. Is that what it said earlier? I don't remember now. But anyway, hopefully it's going. Hopefully it finishes. I'm going to just hopefully be able to fall asleep now. And when I wake up, this thing better be uploaded. No more internet cutouts. No more stalling. No more getting stuck. Just upload. Upload, please! You know what it just occurred to me? I have not yet checked the mail today. And it is 2 o'clock in the morning. It is silent out here. Wow. It's also very cold. It is very chilly outside. There's a weird hum in the distance. Not sure what that is. You can see the frost on my car. It's very chilly. It's the only bad thing about parking outside. Now my car is going to be frosted up. Anyway, I'm going to check the mail. You can see TUCat's in the window again. He's wondering what I'm doing out here in the cold. Brr, it is cold. Gnome. What, TUCat? What? It's cold. It's cold out there, Willie. So, it's still above freezing, but it's definitely starting to get frosty. Getting frosty out there. But it's it feels pretty chilly. 73 in the house, but that's just because I got the space heater running. The heat's set at 72. TUCat is still carrying on about not being able to get up on his plant shelf. He's very unhappy about that. I am watching True Memoirs of an International Assassin on YouTube, which is not very good. But I'm running out of things to watch, so I queued it up, and then I had to stop watching it because when I was trying to upload the video, everything kind of went down. And now it seems like it's uploading the video, but still allotting me bandwidth. So I think my hypothesis was correct. Waiting until the very wee hours of the morning when everybody was asleep seems to have helped. I really do think there was just way too many people doing stuff today for Bright House to be able to handle the amount of load it had or something, because it was just, that was bad. I mean, that was some of the most messed up internet I've had all day. And I was actually working on another project at the same time. So it was really frustrating me. I was trying to download some stuff I needed for that project, and it just wasn't going well. So I was getting very pissed. It's been a couple of days of just high frustration levels. So hopefully the frustration levels can come down now for the rest of the week. We're going into Sunday. Sunday's my relaxed day. So hopefully I can kind of get recouped at that point and kind of recollected again. I'm going to try to not really do any work tomorrow and just kind of relax because I've been kind of constantly on the go. So tomorrow I'm gonna regroup. But for now, I'm gonna sit and finish watching the last 20 minutes of this pretty not great movie, and then hopefully doze off. And when I wake up, hopefully TUVlog 32 will finally be posted. Once again, what is your deal? Why are you so hysterical? You gonna go for again? Go for cat? No, that wasn't a very good one. This is your prime time, isn't it? You like when I'm up right now. You like this time of day. You slept all darn day long, so you should be ready to rock right now. Are you upset because of this? I know that's what it is, because that's usually where you are at this time of night. You're usually on your plant shelf, now you can't get up there. Well, if you weren't so afraid of ladders, we could try that, but if I put a ladder over there, then it's gonna jut out, it's gonna come down, and I'm probably gonna trip over it. So really, I think you're just out of luck, buddy. You're gonna have to find a new spot. And lift in the paw. All right, just finished the International Assassin movie. And I mean, it was bad, but it was bad in an okay way. The ending, you know, was what you would expect. It was kind of cheesy, but pleasing. So let's see how the upload's doing, shall we? TUCat, shall we? Shall we? Oh my gosh, I'm chasing TUCat. You're being chased. I'm chasing you. All right, how we doing? How we doing? 32%. Hour and 25 minutes left, and it's not destroying my bandwidth right now either, which is good. Let's see if I have any more comments. I've been getting a lot of mean comments today from people too. That's been another thing that's been kind of annoying. One thing I have noticed in the last few days especially, I've been getting a lot of really nasty comments on YouTube. I don't usually see them in the feed as they're coming in. It's YouTube doesn't feed them out to you anymore. Once a video starts getting a lot of comments, I think it just knows that's too much for you to handle in your notifications thing. But I've been actually getting notifications of people just sending me really hateful, nasty stuff. And it's really bizarre because I don't usually get that much. But I've noticed that I think it must be a common thing right now because Jay's 2 Cents, he did a video dedicated to this. And then I think him and Jerry Barnacles were talking about it when they did Tech Talk. So I don't know, there's something in the air. Something in the air is getting people riled up, but it comes with the territory with YouTube, so, you gotta deal with it. But the good news is for the large amount of complete asshole people that are out there, there are also plenty of really awesome, great people out there as well. And to everybody that sends me the Facebook messages and emails and the tweets and things like that, you're the people that make it worthwhile and make it fun and keep me going at this and keep me making videos, because if it wasn't for you, I probably would just burn out and lose the drive, because at some point you would start to feel like you're just spending your time and energy to put content out there with nothing but hate in return. So it's good that it does balance out. That is important. Right, TUCat? As a matter of fact, I would say it doesn't balance out. I would say that it does balance more into positive, because I like to weigh positive comments far more strongly than I do negative comments. Right? Isn't that how you work? I don't know. You're not very accepting of new people, though. You don't like when new people come around. You don't like when cats come around. You're very fond of this camera, though. You like being on camera. Alright, so I'm pleased. It looks like everything so far is going okay. So that's good. It is fairly late / early, but I really kind of just want to, with only about an hour remaining, I want to just make sure that gets done with the fact that I've been kind of going at it all day. So I want to get that done. But now I'm starting a movie called Being Charlie that's on Netflix. So I'm going to sit back and watch that and relax. And as soon as that upload is done, I'm going to hit the sack while it's processing, because the HD takes a little while sometimes to kick in. Warm me space heater. That was a TUCat tail. That was the one nice thing using the Mac and Final Cut Pro. For whatever reason, the format when you go out in Final Cut Pro seems to be a lot better for YouTube. It processes almost immediately, whereas when you use the YouTube preset in Premiere Pro, even if you don't change anything, it takes forever to process. So Premiere Pro's YouTube preset, it's not set correctly for YouTube. All right, it's early. It is about 6:40 a.m. Probably can't see me. Can you see me now? Yeah. Can you hear me now? Hey, that guy's a traitor. He went over to Sprint. I was gonna make a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, and then I remembered I forgot to defrost the bacon. So that's a fail. So I'm gonna run to McDonald's and grab some breakfast. Food has been acquired, but the sunrise is kind of pretty today just because of the fact it's so cold. Now every single car in the neighborhood is covered in ice. I had to scrape ice off of mine. You can still kind of see it on the hood and then on the roof. That was all over the entire car. I had to scrape it off before I could leave, but I was on a mission. But everything's covered in a little frost because it got dewy last night and then the temperature dropped. But we've got a very small little teeny tiny crescent moon there. But look at the color of that sky. I just love dawn. It's so pretty, especially on really crisp, clear mornings like this, where you just kind of have the fade back over to the night sky. And there's just that little tuft of clouds up there too. And you can see a little bit of the stars. Just a very nice sunrise. And with that being said, I'm gonna go have my breakfast. I earned it scraping off that car. Really need to get my garage back. Forgot what it was like to have to scrape off a car in the morning. Also, I've got my peppermint wax melt going, so it smells fantastic in here. It smells like a candy cane. And now, hat hair. Whoa. Hat, hair, cat. I'm not proud how fast I ate that, honestly. I guess I was hungrier than I thought, but I'm already feeling a little bit of the acid indigestion, as a matter of fact. I think this may be in order. Just, you know, kind of be ahead of the problem here, because I can see it being an issue. Let's try to beat it to the punch. I know I'm not swallowing them whole. They're chewable tablets. Right, you got a snaggletooth. Look at your snaggletooth. You've always had that. If I would have noticed that, I would have named you Snaggles. Actually, I had to name you Willie. The person I adopted you from was a little bit on the eccentric side, and his name was William. So he wanted me to name the cat Willie. So, long story, but I honored my commitment. Although I have kind of renamed you TUCat. So, moving right along there. It is kind of a shame the computer's behind the monitor now. So you don't see those lights anymore. And I did order a Dell 37 or 34-inch widescreen display, so that is going to go there. I had Walmart gift cards for my birthday. Happy birthday! Have fun! I had a couple of them actually. So the monitor was already on sale, and then I was able to knock another 100 off with the gift card. So pretty sweet deal, right, TUCat? So then the good news with that is, I am not going to do dual monitors with a 34-inch widescreen and this 27-inch display. That's too much. That would literally be like that, and then my hand blocking the monitor was actually a good thing. And then it would go like even further, and then the speakers would be like right there and like right there. I would just have monitors around the whole desk. There'd just be too much monitor. Way too much. And the thing is, with Windows, it's gonna be hard to do one-handed, so I'll just set the camera down. But I don't know if you use this feature in Windows or not, but the multiple desktop thing is actually really handy, being able to just jump between desktops. So like, you know, for example, if you got Premiere or something open, like let me open a Premiere project. The audio is probably terrible right now because I'm not talking at the camera, but still. Okay, so say you got, you know, TUVlog 32, the most annoying TUVlog of all time in all history of all TUVlogs. So you got this bad boy open right here. You're doing your thing, you know, full screen, all that stuff. You don't want to keep like minimizing and maximizing to get to things. Say you got a whole bunch of folders you want to be able to get to. You can, you know, have one screen open doing all this stuff, got all your folders, things like that. And then you can jump to your like email, and then you can jump back over to your project. I just love this. And this is another thing that I got used to doing in Mac OS. The multiple desktops, because when you maximize something in Mac OS Sierra, it does that by default. It gives that application its own desktop, so you get pretty used to doing this. And I've actually gotten pretty used to it myself. So for example, like say I wanted this window over with the Premiere window, then I can just go here, I can grab the window I want, and I just move it to the desktop I want it on. So now it's on desktop 3, and I can, you know, have it here, and now that window is on desktop 3. And if I change my mind, then I can just go and, you know, say, nah, that was better on desktop 1. And then boom. So yeah, I don't know. That's functionality of Windows 10 I actually like. So as much as I've been railing on Windows 10, I figured I would give it some kind of a redeeming factor. It's amazing how fast the sun comes up when it really starts coming up, but the rooftop's so frosty. I felt bad for everybody that has to go somewhere this morning because everyone's cars in the neighborhood just completely covered. Dang, you got kind of a big booty right now. Booty, 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 booty. So it looks like about 10 minutes left. I do kind of want to watch this closely because when it starts to export, I want to come back out and catch that. So I'm gonna go back to watching David's vlog and keep an eye on the clock there. When it gets to about 35 after, then I should be ready to check on it and kind of see how it's going. Gotta slow down on the McD's. The lady at the drive-thru was incredibly friendly, actually. And then they didn't have the dining room open yet. I don't think that opened until 7. And there was like a really nasty guy screaming at the window. And he's like, "Are you open? Answer me!" And he's like yelling, and the hours are written on the door. Like I said earlier, what's up with people? Why is everybody being so rude lately? How rude? Full House reference for anybody that's kind of in my age range. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, in theory, it should be ready to process. So we are now processing. So it takes it a minute to calculate that. And then once it does, we will see how long it's estimating the processing to take. And after all of that, we are finally processing. Yay! So that means I can go take a nap, and when I wake up, this should be done. This should be ready to rock. It'll have enough time to do the HD processing. And finally, TUVlog 32 should hopefully be uploaded. What a challenge. I actually just went to bed, and I slept almost 8 hours, which unfortunately means I slept away the whole day on Sunday, but it was much needed sleep. I just never really caught up from being up late, cleaning the house, and excuse me, the Thanksgiving week and long weekend, and messing around with changing everything up, and just a lot of different stuff. And then of course, the technology fails. Will keep you up, because as anyone knows that deals with technology, when it doesn't work, it becomes the principle of the whole thing. You just have to figure it out. I just realized these lights have changed color in here, which means rain must be coming. Lighting's a little bit weird, but I got tired of holding the camera. Been doing that a lot lately. Just showered, and it's kind of shaky, so I apologize. The steady shot that Sony puts in the camera, not perfect. You can actually crank it up quite a bit. I'm only on standard. I think there's like active and then like super or something, I don't know. But there's 2 more settings I can go to above what I'm using right now, but they start cropping. So I think like when okay, so you got the whole frame, and then you go to, I think standard probably comes into about, I'm trying to get my hands right, like maybe right there, like would be the crop. And then when you go to like the super steady one, it crops like that. So essentially what it's doing is it's doing image stabilization like you would do in post. It's just doing it in real time. The only camera that I've seen from videos that seems to be able to handle software image stabilization without doing a major crop pretty damn well is actually the Google Pixel. That seems to do a pretty good job keeping the image stable without having to crop a lot of the image out in order to do it, because essentially it's just an algorithm, but it needs room to work with. So to get the shakiness out, it just calculates where everything should have stayed, but then it has to have, you know, a window around it to move things in order to keep it stable. And Sony gives itself a lot of room to do that calculation. So it really crops. It would be like going from this to this, you know, at the same distance. So it's not great for a vlogging camera, because then you gotta hold it like way out here in order to pull it off. So I could use my Canon 70D. That's pretty stable with the new lens, but then you kind of lose some of the stability because it's heavy. So then your arm starts shaking a little bit just from holding up this, you know, heavy camera at a weird angle for any extended period of time. But that being said, TUVlog 32 finally posted. That one could generate some interesting comments. I think the most people who watch the vlog will be cool, but it pretty much, it doesn't really make anyone happy if you're an Apple or PC fan 100% at any point during the vlog. At one point, if you are a PC fan, battery, how are you already low? I just charged you. Anyway, if you're a PC fan, when I switch to Mac, that's gonna bother you. And then if you're, you know, a Mac person's gonna be like, yeah, he finally did it, he switched to Mac. And then at the end, I rail on the Mac and I get really bothered by it. So then you're like, boo, and the PC fan's like, oh good, he's back. So you have to make it through the whole thing. It's a journey. It's an emotional technology journey, if you will, but I think it all worked out okay. I guess I gotta charge the freaking camera because the battery's shot again. I thought I had it charged while I was sleeping, but guess not. Okay, got a little bit of charge into the battery there. That's my biggest gripe with the Sony is the battery life, and it really is pretty terrible. So the follow-up to all of the fallout of just the pain in the ass that TUVlog 32 was to finally get uploaded, and how smooth the experience was with like the last 5 vlogs before that, is I thought by getting the Mac, I would be killing two birds with one stone. I thought I would be able to access all of my old, larger, more complicated files, which, like I said, I can import into Premiere. It's just certain things don't make the translation well. But for whatever reason, Premiere is just slower at exporting, and the processing times with YouTube with Premiere are way longer, which isn't a huge issue on shorter videos, but for the vlogs, you know, adds hours to the experience, which is kind of odd. So I will actually probably continue to edit the vlogs on the MacBook Air, the 2013 MacBook Air. It works fine. It's able to handle it, and it handles it well. So I will continue to use the whole trusty MacBook Air for the vlogs, and then use Premiere more than likely for all of the other videos for the channel. But yeah, that was an experience. That was definitely a learning experience. Something that I'm glad I got to try out, honestly. And that's that. I just wish Premiere was better. I don't understand why I can export the vlog from a 2013 MacBook Air with very, very limited specs. We're talking 4 gigabytes of RAM and like a 1.3 or 1.5 dual core i5. Why I can render the vlog out on this, and that's not including, there's no background rendering either. That's just straight up native rendering of the actual real files. There's no ProRes conversion happening in the background to speed up the render time at the end. And then the processing times are basically non-existent with YouTube when going out from Final Cut Pro. So Adobe needs to get it together. I feel like we're kind of beta testers with Adobe because of this Creative Cloud thing that they're doing now. And it seems like every time there's a new release on the Creative Cloud side, it makes things worse. Like the new version of Adobe Premiere Pro I'm running now is real wonky. When I had to re-edit TUVlog 32 and do it in Premiere, it crashed numerous times. Just unexpectedly, which it had never done before. I mean, it would on occasion, but it was doing it a lot more often. And it just takes forever to render out to the same render settings that I've always been using. So it is already 8 o'clock because I slept away a good chunk of the day. So I'm just gonna chill and watch a little bit of YouTube. Like I said, it's Sunday. I'm using today to kind of just relax and kind of get recollected again, get back on kind of a normal schedule as much as I can, and hopefully get back to getting the vlogs out on a normal basis, which shouldn't be too much of an issue as long as I keep editing them on my archaic, small, old MacBook Air. TUCat's in his usual spot. See, he responds to TUCat. I think he thinks his name is TUCat. He really does. Do you think your name's TUCat now? He's like, yeah, it's what you call me all the time. Why you always pointing that camera in my face? You've been asleep since I went to sleep today, which was like many, many, many hours ago. I think you've been asleep for a good 12 hours at this point. This is not a safe situation for the MacBook Air. This is the only working Apple hardware I have, so I need to move that. Well, I mean the iPhone, but what? Why are you being weird? Kitty fingers time. Yeah. Kitty fingers. Now you're loving it. See, this is the key, is I gotta get you right after you've been taking a nap, after you're rested. Now I gotta take these things off. These look slightly suggestive. I don't know why. Yeah, so other than that, good day. Like I said, finally got some rest, which was much needed. I was just overstressing myself. I apologize if there were points in TUVlog 32 where I just seemed very frustrated and very angry. Because I was, but yeah, I was not in a great mood at points during that TU vlog, so sorry about that. I was just getting really annoyed with the state of things. Really, kind of at the beginning of this vlog too, with trying to get things exported. TUCat's gonna jump up here and he's gonna knock the camera. He's got the look in his eye. So yeah, with that, I am sorry for being a grouch. I was pulling the TUCat and just getting upset. So I'm gonna go relax, I'm gonna chill, and I will check back in if anything exciting happens. I've been responding to comments on TUVlog 32, which have been delightful, thank you all. and I noticed my numbers. First off, I passed 22,400 subscribers. Thank you so much. And look at that. I'm approaching the 4 million view mark. So I'm pretty pumped about that as well. And total watch time, 431,050 minutes. That's just awesome. And that's the last 28 days, by the way. So yeah, you guys rock. Anyway, those numbers are awesome. Thank you all so much for being so supportive of this channel, especially considering the fact that I just went completely MIA for a while. That was uncool of me, and I never really gave an explanation why. I just left. There was no warning. And then I said I wasn't coming back, and then I came back. So you've put up with a lot of kind of emotional ups and downs with me for the channel. But the last, gosh, how long have we been at this now? 5 months, almost 6 since I brought it back full time. Those last few months have been a lot of fun. I know it hasn't been like a super large amount of actual product reviews. It's been a lot of vlog stuff. And that's just because that's how it's worked out. In order for me to keep pumping out content, there's not always something for me to look at. So, yeah. You know, it is what it is. But I would rather put out the vlogs than not put out anything at all. So that's why the TUVlog has made such a strong comeback. I would say a comeback, because looking at the old TUVlogs, they were kind of rough. They were a little rough. We're just a few months away, well, more than a few months away, 4 months away from the actual first TUVlog being posted. And it's pretty funny. It really shows off just how poor the quality was on my old vlogging camera compared to the one I'm using now when you go back and you watch that vlog, especially because I think that one I did on like an old actual like Sony camcorder that I had from way back when, so it was like, you know, really outdated. So that vlog compared to what I'm using now, it's totally night and day. But anyway, hey, kind of rhyme. Now I'm gonna sit and finish responding to comments and watch some YouTube vids. And yes, I realize I have a lot of chest hair. I can do something to manage it, but then it gets really itchy, and then I'm doing this a lot in videos, so I'm hairy. I'm sorry. I'm hairy where I shouldn't be, and then I'm losing hair where I should have it. I guess that means I'm getting old. Okay, so just to satisfy my own curiosity, because this has been bugging me now, I'm going to actually render out a video that's basically the same length in Final Cut Pro 10 and Adobe Premiere Pro, the latest version. I think it's 2017 now, and see how long each takes. Now, the Final Cut Pro 10 version is going to be on the really underpowered MacBook Air 2013, and then obviously the X99, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 6 cores with hyper-threading system is going to be doing the Premiere Pro render. So what I did is I took TUVlog 32. I was able to get some of it back. So I put that into the timeline and then just threw in some other video stuff to get that file up to about the same length. It's, I think, an hour and 48 minutes or so on Final Cut Pro 10, and it's an hour 47 minutes and some on Premiere Pro. So we're gonna see how they each stack up against each other. So here we go. These are the settings that I'm using, just exporting to computer, H.264, 1920 1080, 1920 1080 60, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave this one. I'm gonna give the PC a little bit of a head start, actually. So here we're doing the same thing. We've got the TUVlog, and we are at, where am I looking at here? I'm trying to look through the viewfinder. Yeah, 59.94 frames per second on the output, so 60 frames, 1920 1080. And we are doing 16 megabits per second. That's roughly on par with what's going to come out from Final Cut as well. That's just YouTube's recommended settings. We are on the high profile here for the export. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that out. And let's go ahead and hit export and make sure that it's starting, and it has started. So now we will go over to the MacBook Air. Hit next, should ask me where I want to save it. And I'm just going to put it on the desktop. And now it kind of starts encoding hidden. You have to actually click to open it. And there is that. Now you can expand this. I don't really know what the point is because it's the same thing on both. So now both are off and running. This one is a little bit handicapped again as well because it is going, it's using the media from this external hard drive, which is 5400 RPMs. But I am writing it to the device's internal storage. So why am I doing this? Why not? I got nothing else to do. I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm messing around. I figured I'd actually put the two head to head and see, because I feel like Premiere just really isn't very optimized when it comes to utilizing the resources available. And I do not have background rendering turned on the MacBook Air. I don't have enough storage on this thing to do it. And if I turn it on and allow it to background render to the external hard drive, it brings everything to a crawl because there's too much back and forth happening. So it's doing all of the rendering right now for the project, just like Premiere. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so the curiosity itch has been scratched as far as render times go. The X99 Premiere Pro render was 1 hour and 26 minutes, and it was 1 hour and 39 minutes to do it on the MacBook Air coming out of Final Cut Pro. So do the math on that. You are at what, TUCat? You're at 13 minutes. 13-minute difference. Now to me, I feel like that gap should be way wider than that, considering the gigantic difference in specs between the MacBook Air and that beast of a system running Premiere Pro. So I don't know, Premiere, I really wish it was more optimized. I feel like Adobe has power sitting available that's just not getting utilized. I don't know. They need to do something, in my opinion, to tap into that a little bit more, I think. But yeah, so there you go. 13-minute difference, hour and 26 minutes, hour 39 minutes. Pretty close. TUCat, what are you doing? TUCat is all up in my business. Every time I pick up the camera and start recording, he has to get near me. He just always wants to be on camera. He knows. He thinks, I don't know what he thinks when I'm doing this. I really don't. Are you confused? Are you confused, TUCat? So anyway, that was kind of a useless experiment, but something to kill the time. Figured I would do it while I was just chilling. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I think it might be time for some potato wedges again. It's been a while since I've made some wedges. It's been a while since the wedges. All right, I figured it's only fair since I still have it with me. I haven't ventured back up to the north side yet. I don't have a meeting there until later in the week to return the MacBook, and it's fully restored and everything. I figured I would run the same test on that as well, because why not? Let's see what the new current MacBook does. This is actually kind of a more interesting comparison than the MacBook Air to Premiere Pro. I'm getting them all mixed up. Final Cut to Final Cut. Let's see how they do. Now, to keep things fair, I am using the same TUCat. I mean, the same hard drive. TUCat's keeping an eye on things. He's watching. I am using the same external hard drive, which is, I believe, 5,400 RPMs. So that bottleneck is still there. Speaking of TUCat. So I've got the same test project loaded up, same exact length of time. So we're looking at, we were at 1 hour and 39 minutes on the MacBook Air. I guess I can shut that now. So let's see what we get on here. I am going to have to get out my phone so I can have a stopwatch ready to start. And you can see that I've tagged two very important tags, TUVlog 32 and TUCat. Make sure all the settings are the same. I need to do computer. That's going to take it to the same exact output settings as it was before, 1920 by 1080 60. I just want to make sure that everything is the same as it was to make this fair. And 16.7 gigs, that seems right. All right. Hit next. I'm actually going to save this to the desktop because that's where I saved it last time. And now we are off and running. All right, stopwatch is started. Oh, by the way, I am plugged in just as I was over here. Oh yeah, for anybody wondering about the touch bar, there's a close-up of the touch bar for anybody who's curious. You've probably seen it before, but you know, you've got your volume adjustment, things like that, so nothing too crazy. The keys are interesting. They're very flat, but after typing on this for about a day, honestly, I got used to it. It's not really that big of a deal to me. So, you know, I don't know. I think the keyboard is the least of the concerns of this thing, in my opinion. All right, so we are off and running. We'll see how long this will take. TUCat is officiating the results, so he's gonna make sure nothing fishy goes down. So, MacBook Air versus MacBook Pro with the crazy USB-C / Thunderbolt 3C 3PO ports. So how did it compare? The MacBook Air, 1 hour, 39 minutes. New MacBook Pro, 48 minutes. So this one was 51 minutes faster, which is pretty significant. So obviously the computer is a lot faster. What's really interesting is this was able to do it in 48 minutes when it took Premiere an hour and 26, I believe. Is that what I said? Or an hour and 23? It's either an hour and 23 and I already don't remember. But I just remember it was an hour and 20 something to get done. So I think it was an hour and 26 minutes versus 48 minutes. So that's not, you know, that's not a small difference. That's what, like 38 minutes faster TUCat? That's you know, pretty substantial when you're rendering out a lot of stuff. So I just wish that there was a better way to connect this thing up to an external monitor and to like use it. Focus. It's so thin, the Sony doesn't even want to focus. I want to show the crazy USB. There you go. Those stupid USB Type-C ports. It works. Oh, in the touch bar, if you're interested.
Go back to sleep. You haven't got your 20 hours yet.
It does let you do the scrubbing. So you can do that, which is interesting. If you're into that kind of thing.
Taking away your shell.
And then you have your usual controls over here.
Now.
You can pause. All that good stuff. So anyway, I'm watching this video that I saw David DeFranco post on Facebook called The Danger of Daily Vlogging. And I'm only about halfway through it so far, but he's brought up some good points. I think the number one point that he brought up so far was the fact that the people watching the vlogs, it can be dangerous because you feel like you really get to know the person, yet the vlogs, they're not 100% that person's life. And that's true. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I don't show you in these vlogs. I don't show you my family in these vlogs because they don't like to be on camera. I respect that. You know, there's certain people that are just uncomfortable on camera that I just know not to vlog around. TUCat doesn't have a choice, so he gets vlogged all the time. But there's big chunks of my day you don't see where I'm just not doing exciting stuff. There's clients that I work with that I just don't talk about because I know they wouldn't be comfortable with it. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't share, and I try to share as much as I can, but there's just certain things that you do kind of have to keep to yourself for privacy reasons. Some people are more open than others, but you know, it is a good point that, you know, you shouldn't feel like you 100% know somebody just because, I wouldn't even say daily vlog, I would just say vlog, because it is easy to edit the vlog. It is easy to cut things out. Like I said in the last vlog, I could have just cut out the Mac Pro segment entirely and just pretended like it never happened, and you guys wouldn't have been, you would have been none the wiser. You know, that's the thing. Like, it's easy to manipulate the content. So I do try to be as transparent and open and honest as possible when I have the ability to do so, and when I know I won't be compromising somebody else's privacy or compromising my privacy to like a dangerous degree. So anyway, I'm going to continue watching that. It's pretty interesting. I've got the oven preheating. I'm actually finally going to make my wedges. But yeah, so MacBook Pro. When it's not freaking out, it is pretty fast. I will give it that. When it comes to Final Cut, it's not a slouch. Now I have a feeling if I loaded Premiere on that thing, it would not be pretty, because Premiere on the MacBook Pro I was using at work, which was very comparable to that one specs-wise, was kind of a dog compared to Premiere on my PC. So each thing has its strength and weakness, I guess, or strengths and weaknesses. I am adjusting to the iPhone once again. It kind of feels like going back to something comfortable. As much as I enjoy the Android experience, and I do miss some things about the Android experience, there's something about the iPhone that is comfortable, and you know, that is what it is, I guess. But there are definitely things I miss from the S7. That is for sure. What are you all up in arms about? What are you all up in arms about? You've been in the vlog a lot, this vlog, because you've just been very active. So you can go now. You can go leave. Also, I like how you threw a fit. He threw a fit for the longest time that he could not get in here. This was like a crisis when I shut this room off from him. I mean, this was before the TUVlog, I think, but he would sit outside this door and meow, and meow, and meow, and meow, because he couldn't get to that window. Because as I pointed out, I really need to get a throw rug or something in here. My God, what I need to put in here is carpet, but for now I need to put something in here. But as you can see, he clearly sat in this window all the time. So now the room's open up again. It's open, you got the whole place, and you never go in here. It's like you're almost unsure about coming in half the time. Why don't you go in the window? Remember this? Yeah. Oh yeah, and I put the LifeX bulb in this lamp. So I don't know if Alexa will be able to hear me from here or not, but it's worth a shot. Maybe I should pick up another. I can't decide if I want to pick up another Dot or not. Wow, they're only $39 because the Google Home just got marked down. You know, that's a valid question. Let me try this first. Turn off Office. Okay. Yep, okay. So that works pretty well. I'm wondering if anybody's interested in, now that I've been using the Google Dot, if you're at all interested in Google Home. Because if the price stays marked down, I might take a look at one. Obviously, they weren't selling enough of them at $129 because I've noticed every retailer has marked them down. So maybe I'll send that out as a tweet or something. I don't know. But yeah, I could do a head-to-head. So many people have already done one though. I didn't get an early release version of it. Which it sounds like really didn't do a whole lot, because in the really early reviews of that thing, it seemed like whenever they were testing it out, half of the stuff they would ask it, it said that it couldn't do yet. So I don't know if that's still a problem with it, but that would get annoying real quick. It's like, well, when are you going to be able to do it? It's like the Google Wi-Fi. When is that going to become available? I need to update my router. My router is old. I have a feeling it's part of my internet problems. Wedges. A little hot. Too many wedges. So full. I think I'm just going to have to lie down with TUCat. TU kitty. TU kitty. But yeah, good weekend. Nice relaxing days, I had hoped. It's raining outside, so that should help me sleep. The pitter-patter of rain outside always does that for me. And yeah, time to hit Monday. Time to hit the week rolling. Hopefully the tech fails and issues that plagued the extended weekend are over, so I can get work done and get the week started off right. So with that said, I think I'm gonna hit the sack. I'm gonna finish watching a movie, then hit the sack, and then get Monday started. It wouldn't be a morning on the TUVlog without a sunrise shot, now would it? Of course, it's not really in focus. I think the camera's really wanting to focus on my car, which brings up a good point. It's kind of a crummy morning, but as you can see, it looks like the skies are clearing. I think the rain is actually moving out. It's a very wet start to Cyber Monday. It's also a very warm start to Cyber Monday. I'm out here in just a long sleeve t-shirt and it's actually fairly comfortable. You can see I've got a little bed head going on, but nothing too bad. I tend to just sleep in spurts now. That seems to be how I do things. I don't know. But it's oddly nice outside. It's strange. This warmth is deceiving. I have a feeling it's going to leave us at some point, but for now it's very nice. I might have to get the Christmas decorations out pretty soon. My neighbor that always goes out, starts her car. This is strange. She goes outside, starts her car, and then just lets it idle for like a really long time. I don't know why. Even when it's warm, she just goes out, sits in the car, lets it idle, and then today, earlier in the day, when she got there, because basically these are caretakers taking care of some of the people that live next door. But when she got there earlier today, she was taking like a Bluetooth phone call in the car that she had the volume up so loud. I could hear her phone call in my office with like none of the windows open or anything. I could just hear the phone call, like every single word of it. It was so weird. It like freaked me out at first. I'm like, what is going on? So she like has these long, loud phone calls when she gets there. She must work the overnight shift because then she usually leaves in the morning. She sees me out doing the clip like every morning, so she probably wonders what the hell I'm doing. But then she goes out there and just sits there for like 20 minutes and then leaves. So I don't know. I guess I'm saying she's weird for doing that, but I'm outside filming the sunrise and talking to a camera. So you know, we're both wondering what the hell the other person's doing, I think. But anyway, got a lot done, actually. Since I busted the old Mac out to do that render test, there it is sitting over there, I figured I'd just put it to good use. So I used it for a while just in regular laptop mode, and I think there's definitely something screwy with it. I want to set the camera down, but I'm afraid when I do, TUCat's gonna get an idea. The lighting in here is a little bit weird right now, but I've got, now that I don't have that big stand, that light that used to be high up is now like down low, so it's beaming up on me when I'm standing over here. But anyway, yeah, the laptop. So something's goofy with it because like the screen would flicker for no reason while I was using it every now and then. So I'm gonna have to make a point to let them know that when I take it back, because I don't want them to put it back on the shelf because someone else might get it and have the same problem. So maybe there was nothing wrong with the dongle. There may just be something wrong with the video on that thing. So I don't know. But anyway, it worked enough for me to pretty much finalize techuploaded.com. So it's ready. I got the domain transferred and I was waiting. Basically, I designed the site in Squarespace, and then I thought about doing it in Squarespace a while ago. I was all pumped for it. And then I noticed that at the time, Squarespace didn't let you bring in your own domain. So I'm like, well, that sucks. So then I messaged Squarespace and like, it's coming very soon. So I was like, all right, I'll build the site. So I got the site built most of the way, and then I noticed tonight that the option was there to have a domain somewhere else, but use it for your Squarespace site. So nice addition, Squarespace. I will say, very easy to use for designing the site that I did. And yeah, I'm looking forward to utilizing the domain I already own on, I forget who I'm using, but anyway, they had all the instructions on how to get it set up and everything. So now you just have to wait up to 24 hours for everything to populate and change over, and as soon as that's done, then it's gonna be ready to go. So I was able to finalize everything, tweak the last little bits. I'm sure it's always gonna be changing, but I was able to get it where I wanted it. So I've got that done, the Patreon page is done. Or at least ready for launch. It's, again, that's gonna be an always changing thing as well. But everything's pretty much there, so I'm looking forward to it. We're so close. We're like this much left to go, and then I'm ready to launch. So I'm really actually excited about that. Hopefully I can get a little bit of extra support with the channel through some of the affiliate links, and maybe get, you know, hopefully some people on Patreon. That would really be helpful. To allow me to be able to keep doing this at the rate that I'm doing it, and hopefully up it and be able to do even more. So that's the idea behind it. Is it a little bit selfish? I guess you could say that, but you know, is it selfish to ask for a little bit something in return for putting content out there? I mean, some might say yes. I say no. I mean, like I said, I'm a YouTube Red subscriber because I don't like to watch ads, so that's the trade-off for that. There are some people that I am subscribed to on Patreon, so not, you know, huge amounts, but a little to, you know, just help support them that extra bit. So I give back and hope that by doing so, maybe some other people will give back. But by no means should anybody feel obligated. I don't want that to be the idea behind it. It's just I want to put the option out there for anybody that you know might want to throw $1 or $5 a month at me just to say thank you. So, you know, or more, you know, you can, if you're like super swimming in cash, you could throw like $2 grand a month at me, and then I wouldn't really have to do anything else but this channel. That would, you know, just saying, if you're one of those people out there that just has like crap tons of money and you want to like throw some my way, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But anyway, yeah, so fell asleep for a while, did that. I think I'm gonna go back to bed now that the sun is coming up, get a few more hours of sleep. But when I wake up and I have an idea and I'm inspired, I like to get it done and get it like on paper, or open the computer and just get it finished while it's fresh in my mind. That way I don't forget what I'm doing. So that's just how I work. That's why I have a weird sleep schedule. When I wake up with an idea, I don't want to just let it go and go back to sleep. I want to get it done. And then it disturbs TUCat. He's mad at me now. But you'll go right back to sleep. You know you will. As soon as I do, you'll go to sleep. Now he's walking off. See, the car's just now leaving. I just heard her leave. So anyway, yeah, that's that. So what else? Anything else? Anything else exciting? I think that's pretty much it. I watched a movie, The Late Bloomer. I'm 9 minutes away from the end of it. Again, not like blockbuster material here, but entertaining background entertainment while I was working. So other than that, that's pretty much been my evening. I said I wasn't going to do any work on Sunday, and I didn't really do any work on Sunday. It's technically Monday. I started working after midnight on my project, so that means I didn't do anything on Sunday. I stuck to that, except for running those render tests, because that was just curiosity getting the best of me. Well, that day got away from me, didn't it, TUCat? He's just now getting up too. We both took a very extensive nap, my friend. Very extensive indeed. I got some work emails and stuff done in the morning, and then around noon, dozed off for about 5 hours. So pretty long nap. This is why I'm always up so late, because I keep napping in the middle of the day like this. But it's a weird routine, but it works in a strange way. It allows me to take care of everything, all the morning duties, and then I can kind of figure out what I need to work on as far as deliverables go. And then I just tend to do that at night for some reason. I don't know why, that's just when I do it. So anyway, TUCat almost fell. He tried to go from here to here, and you almost didn't make it, didn't you? Also, you'll notice that the lights turn on automatically. I didn't notice that till I woke up, because it must be a crappy day. I mean, it's already dark, because it gets dark at, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it gets dark at like 5, but still, it feels like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Basically, as soon as I fall asleep for a nap, that's it. It's dark. And it's definitely raining. It is definitely raining. I need to unbox and test this. I actually did some speed tests on my hard drives, and I will say the M2 SSD is considerably faster than the SATA SSD. So there is something to be said for that, especially if you're shopping for a notebook. If it's a SATA SSD, maybe look at a notebook that uses M.2, especially if it's NVMe, because I don't even have the fastest SSD that you could get at the time, and I'm still getting pretty good numbers. So you'll see those numbers when I benchmark this thing, because I'm going to show my M2 drive. Actually, I'm going to show the MacBook's drive, then I'm going to show my M.2 drive on X99, then I'm going to show just my standard SATA 500 gigabyte SSD, and then we'll see how this 500 gigabyte SSD stacks up. This is USB 3, but then it converts to USB-A. So it's kind of weird, but anything particularly special about this? It's saying 450 megabytes per second. So we will see. We will see. That's kind of right around where the internal SSD is at, if I remember correctly. I think that was like 500 and something. So we'll see if it actually performs as well as it says. Being able to render and work on video on an external drive is really handy when you have a laptop. And the drive I'm using right now is awful for doing that. Just awful. It really is slow and not appealing. So yeah, anyway, you can just hear the rain slamming the window. I'm trying to stay organized as much as I can now that I have everything cleaned in the house. Oh yeah, now that TUCat got off the couch, I can put the blanket back where it's supposed to be. I didn't want to disturb TUCat. This poor old couch, I've had this thing forever, but it's just one of those deals where, it like fits in the room so well. And to get another couch is an investment, and TUCat has claws, and stuff like this happens, even though I have now that might have been pre-scratching post. The scratching post has been the furniture savior in this house. Although curtains, he does still just tear the crap out of those things. So according to my phone, I have over 100 emails to go through during that short amount of time I was out. So I suppose I should dedicate the next couple of hours to doing that. And yeah, I need to get something to eat. I slept through my lunchtime. I also need to take something for these allergies. It's, you know why? You know why I'm all stuffy? It's 50 degrees outside. So anytime it gets above freezing anymore, I'm just like, allergies. That's what they sound like when they come for you. Busted. Look who's enjoying his window. Trying to come up with something to watch on Netflix, but can't really seem to decide on anything. TUCat's got a case of the sneezies today. I think he's having some trouble with his cat allergies. I didn't know cats could get allergies, but he's giving me that look. If you gotta take a dump, go take a dump. Don't look at me. So anyway, yeah, most of those emails were, why do you have to constantly be in my face? Most of the emails I received today were just Cyber Monday, junk mail, stupid things. So, TUCat, there wasn't a whole lot to really do. Most of the stuff I got taken care of in the morning. Willie! Most of the stuff got taken care of in the morning. Now I got hairs all over the lens area. You're making this impossible. You're making vlogging impossible for me. You know that? You know that? You're just making this very difficult. Well, I apologize. I'm gonna have to hold the camera. I know it's a little shaky when I do that, but if I don't, TUCat tries to knock it over. But yeah, most of the emails were junk email, so the majority of stuff I got done in the morning was pretty much it for the day. I think a lot of people are still on vacation. Like, they still took the day off. I had one meeting today. Like I said earlier, I got a few more meetings tomorrow. I had a project that was due today that I got that done, so that was good. And yeah, just it's gonna be an interesting week. So tomorrow I've got a couple of meetings, and then I'm gonna try to get the website launched. Well, not try, I'll get the website launched for Tech Uploaded, as well as like the Patreon page and all that stuff. And then just some basic like website maintenance issues, things to take care of. We're heading into that time of year where things do slow down a bit. So that Thanksgiving to Christmas zone, you tend to see a slowdown in requests for services, because that is typically when a lot of people are on vacation. Companies are kind of slowing down. They're kind of, everybody's kind of winding down for the year. A lot of places are prepping now for going into the next year. Typically you have a fiscal quarter coming to a close. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that kind of happens between that Thanksgiving and Christmas / New Year's period where things just get a little bit quiet. So I'm actually looking forward to that. Have a few weeks of probably not a whole lot really happening other than just doing stuff for the channel. Tomorrow when I get back from my meetings, I am going to take a look at that hard drive because I want to start editing the vlog, but I want to use that external SSD to do it versus the old 5400 RPM Western Digital drive. Plus that drive's almost full, and I don't know if that's something, it's kind of old too. Those external mechanical hard drives, they don't have the longest lifespan, which is understandable. They get tossed around a lot, and it's moving parts. So looking forward to transitioning over to that SSD, see how that works out. So I will do the numbers check on that, see if it lives up to that 450 claim. Should be a pretty quiet rest of the Monday. It was a terrible weather day today, by the way. Just awful. Rainy and nasty and not really all that cold, but felt cold because there was like a massive, massive wind and rain just driving into you. And I actually did venture out in that because I had a coupon for half off a pizza at Papa Murphy's. And anyone who is familiar with the TUVlog knows when I get those coupons, I jump on them. So for $7, I was able to get a giant stuffed 5-meat Papa Murphy's pizza that I will be making later tonight, which I will be sure to show. But those things are a mission. You gotta bake those for like a half an hour. It's like baking a pie. You basically are. You're baking a pie because the crust is on the top and the bottom of those pizzas with more toppings on top of that. So it is a gigantic pizza. For $7, it's enough easily for 3 meals. So that computes out nicely. Cost per meal is very low on that. Also, LifeX was running a pretty good deal. See how like orangey the light is in here? It would be cool to have the bulbs that I could turn to like the bright daylight, but I'm not, like I said before, gonna change out these bulbs unless basically 6 nice adjustable bulbs fall into my lap, because these were expensive. But LifeX had a deal and I got kind of excited. 6 bulbs for 99 bucks. And I was like, oh man. But it was only the LifeX 800s, which are the lamp style bulbs, not the BR30 style, which would be for the can lights. So not so much. I think those were like $179 for a pack of 6, and I'm not paying that. LifeX continues to like cut the price on their bulbs. I think because they know that now that Philips is out with their Hue like version 3, and it's actually competitive to the LIFX bulbs as far as color reproduction goes, now they've got some competition because Philips is a lot more compatible with things. It has direct compatibility with Google Home as well, whereas I believe with LIFX you have to use the IFT app to get Google Home to communicate with the LIFX bulbs. So you kind of have to use that same workaround that I kind of use now to change the colors. There is now advanced options built into the Echo to allow you to change the bulb colors on the LIFX bulbs with simple commands, but it's limited to only certain colors, and the color list isn't very extensive. So using the IFT app, it makes things easier. It really does. So anyway, I think I'm gonna chill for a while, try to find something on Netflix, and then next time you see me, I will be making a massive pizza pie. All right, so I lied, no pizza yet, but I did get a Facebook comment on TUVlog 32, the worst TUVlog to ever have to try to get up to YouTube. And it's from Nate, and he says if you have Windows 10 Pro, which I do on this machine, you can select defer feature updates. So I'm going to do that because basically he's saying that this will stop any of the major updates like anniversary update and stuff like that and just push through security updates. So it says here, I try to read, this will delay large updates like the anniversary update and future large Windows updates, which there is another one coming up in 2017. I think it's like the creative update, and I believe that's probably gonna be a push out. In the meantime, you'll continue to receive security updates for the current build that you're on. Several months later, the current branch is promoted to the CBB, which is the current branch for business, and then you'll get the updates. So essentially what this does is it delays these updates, giving developers enough time to hopefully get things fixed. So, for example, I did get Cam working again, but in order to do that, I had to uninstall the Cam application, download it again from NZXT, which I'm not sure if it was a newer version or not, and then reinstall it, and then it worked. So, is it working now? That is the question. I'm gonna click on it. We'll see if it comes up. Working fine. So, there you go. Let's see here. Temperatures, 28, 27, 22% load, NVIDIA G. Yeah, everything looks fine on here. So, don't know what that was all about, but it broke Cam, it broke the Asus software. It just, having a delay, yeah, it's really raining out there. Having a delay is a good thing. So let's do this, let's do this. Yep, defer future updates. So I have checked that now. So give me updates to other, nope, don't wanna do that either. So now we've done that. Let me make sure that actually stuck because there's really no like apply thing. So yeah, cool. Hopefully that should solve my problem. Thank you, Nate. This is why the Facebook page and Facebook group is awesome. I do have to periodically go into messages just to make sure that nothing is sitting in there that I missed, which it's not. Facebook and YouTube are very buggy about notifying you when you actually get any kind of a notification. Like, see here, I have two. Let's see here. All right, most recent Facebook comment on TUVlog 32. Most crazy people grocery shop at night because even crazy people need to eat. It's so true. All right, then the other comment was on Mid-Tower Elite. We need an H440 Elite. I would agree with that. We do need an H440 Elite. So NCXT, where the hell's the H440 Elite? Because I'm loving my 340 Elite. Elite! I mean, look at it. It's a good looking computer even in the dark. Well, I mean, the fans and the X62 definitely help as well. It is funny how that NZXT logo still kind of has a slightly crooked look depending on how I hold the camera. But again, it is level. I used a level on it. Now that is a pizza. Look at this thing. Just look at how thick this thing is. Oh, it's so good. The hardest part is you have to wait 5 minutes before you serve it. You really need to wait 5 minutes before you even cut into it. But, oh, so much heft to it. So good. Piping hot in the center, though. Now that Now that is one good looking slice of pizza right there. I'm very much looking forward to this. So I'm going to enjoy this and some Netflix and possibly have a second slice. I did cut some smaller size slices. We'll see. Also, I definitely need a fork to accompany this. This is a fork and really probably should have a knife kind of pizza right here. And after this feast, there's a good chance I'm gonna fall asleep on the couch. Very good chance. And I'm sure certain someone will be joining me. Woo! That was good, but man, look at, it was so good I even messed up my hair. I am full. That was a lot of food. But, you know what the good news is? 2 more meals left out of that. I only had 2 slices, so easily enough to stretch another couple of meals. Of course, I'm feeling it. That's what I get. I knew going into it. That's the thing, though. You know, like, you go to Panda Express or something like that, it's like $8, and then it's over. And it's like, okay, well, I'm fat. I just ate $8 worth of food, and I have no leftovers. Something like that. 2 more meals. Get your bang for your buck. I'm selectively cheap when it comes to stuff. Like, I buy generics in most foods, and like I try to bargain shop whenever I can. But then when it comes to electronics, I'll spend money. Like if it's going to have some kind of a return to me, whether it be entertainment value, like the 1070 in my home theater PC, or it's going to allow me to increase my productivity, be better at my job, like the MacBook Pro was supposed to do. We'll still see what happens at the Apple Store tomorrow. And generally makes my life more convenient, such as the Galaxy S7 or the iPhone 7 or, you know, whatever it may be. I think that's why tablets like never really have been a big thing for me, because between the laptops and the smartphones nowadays, like I don't really feel a need for a tablet anymore. But anyway, those had the idea of doing the same thing. Like if something meets those needs, then I'm cool with it. But when it comes to less exciting stuff, I tend to kind of cheap out. Like my car, I've been driving the same car for 7 years, and I'm going to keep driving it as long as I possibly can. It's just a simple car, Mazda 3, no frills, but I like it. It gets the job done. So some people like cars. Some people spend a lot of money on cars. That's their thing. But for me, it's tech. And games. I'm very selective about games. As a matter of fact, I think the Steam sale is like almost over, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to buy anything in the Steam sale right now. I have so many games to play still. I've still got to get through The Last of Us. I've got to get through Final Fantasy 13-2. I've got Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. I have Final Fantasy 15 coming tomorrow. Yeah, so that'll be here. I've got Yoshi's Woolly World. I've got to finish Bravely Default. I've got a Paper Mario game I got to finish on 3DS. So I've got a lot of things to play. So I don't need to add anything else to my library at this point. As tempting as it is with the Steam sale, some of the stuff that kind of grabbed my attention was like still like $20. So I'll just wait till the summer sale, because it's going to take me that long to get through these games anyway. So that being said, I think I'm just going to chill for the rest of the night, try to prepare for my fairly busy day tomorrow. Shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, I want to kind of be ready to go for that. And as you can see, I'm still tired. That and my allergies are not great today. It's continuing to warm up. As a matter of fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, now there's a way on this watch to just keep swiping through and get to what I want. You'd think I would have learned this watch by now. I'm still learning it. But anyway, so the temperature right now is 51. So it's actually gotten warmer as the day has gone on. And then tomorrow it's going to be 60. Also, reviews coming up. Everything supposedly is in transit. I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to have a keyboard to review. I'm supposed to have a Bluetooth speaker to review. Lifefix said they were going to be sending out samples and waves, but I haven't seen anything yet. What else is supposed to be coming in for review? Creative Lab said they're sending Bluetooth, a set of Bluetooth headphones. A-Data might be sending something. So there's all these like pending things floating out there, but nothing definite. So I do have that hard drive to look at. I do need to talk about Cricket. Been using it for about a week on the iPhone now, and I'm pretty happy with how it's working out. It's really not any different than it was on the Galaxy, which isn't surprising. The signal's actually a little better on the iPhone, but that was the case with Ting as well. where was I even going with that? I just totally, I Donald Trumped that sentence. I went from one thing to another, and then just lost it. I just lost the idea that I was trying to get to. But basically, just talking about things being quiet. Yeah, that's where I was. I don't know where everything is. Oh yeah, and then the air fans from NZXT. I do a video to post straightening out that. So we've got 2 videos that they're pretty much guaranteed right on the horizon. Tomorrow I'll probably post the video for just the correction for the X62, just tilting that cooling block a little bit. And then this week I'll definitely do the hard drive overview, and then I'll also have the Cricut thing. So I'm kind of stretching those out for a reason until something else rolls in. I like to always have like one thing on hand to take a look at before I look at something else. And maybe I'm thinking, I don't know how this is going to play out at the Apple Store tomorrow. So like I commented on the video, the Mac, even using it on battery, was like, the screen was still doing weird, like flickering things. I think that's what may have caused issues when I was going out to an external monitor. So they may just offer to swap that thing in the Apple Store. I would be tempted if they offered me that, because I just love Final Cut Pro 10 for editing. And I do like sitting on the couch and just working on the Mac OS 10 environment. I'm just more productive. And I think it's just because that's how I did work for so many years. You just get used to things, and you know, that's the way it is. I still associate PC with fun times and Mac with work. And it's just the way it is. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna head up there after. I have a couple meetings up in the north side tomorrow, so we'll see how those go, and then maybe that'll determine whether or not I want to actually keep it. So anyway, why am I getting so many emails? I am so tired. You have 3 hours left on the white 800. Yeah, I know, LifeX, but you're not offering the can light version. Sorry, I'm talking to my phone. Actually, I'm talking to my watch, which is talking to my phone. But I'm going to go rest. I'm going to rest up so I can have a productive day tomorrow, get the vlog closed out, more than likely get it edited, because then I will have my external hard drive to work from. So, and then the big mystery will be solved with what I'm actually doing with the Mac. I'm emotionally all over the place with this. I'm a hot mess. I don't know. I don't know what I want. So I'm gonna sleep on it some more and try to decide. All right, well, good morning. It is pre-coffee, pre-caffeine time for me. I literally just rolled out of bed, but I know that the bedhead seems to be popular with some people. So, starting out Tuesday, getting ready to make my cup of joe, hop in the shower, get a shave. I gotta get dressed up kind of nice today. I got stuff going down, so I'm gonna be looking pretty snazzy in the next shot. But right now, yeah, it's too early for this. Why am I on camera right now? Even TUCat's just kind of walking over here slowly with his head kind of down. He just flopped on the floor. I know. What are we doing up so early, Willie? We got stuff to do today, TUCat. He's so confused. I call him Willie and TUCat. It's just, you'll pretty much answer to anything as long as it goes in the tone. See, there you go. All right. Anyway. It's time to magically transform into something more appealing. Much better. Looking much more pulled together, I think, right? So, big difference, I hope. Forgot to unmute my watch. PayPal celebrates Giving Tuesday. I forgot about Giving Tuesday. That's a thing now as well. So you got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday. There's something for everything. What's it gonna be, Wild Wednesday next? I don't know. Is Wednesday something? I don't think it is. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But anyway, so I'm heading out. I'm gonna have a kind of busy later morning, afternoon portion of the day. Then I gotta go by the Apple Store and do that whole thing. So I probably will not be checking in for a while. I'm not gonna be in the greatest part of town for one of my meetings. So I'm not gonna bring this camera with me just in case the car gets broken into or something. Just saying, I don't wanna lose the old Sony. So, yeah. I'm gonna be heading out. So TUCat, you're on your own, buddy. Daddy's gotta go make the lettuce. Hey man, look at us, just two good-looking guys right here, right? Two good-looking guys, two bachelors on the prowl. Isn't that right, TUCat? Isn't that right? Don't rub on my jacket. I'll never get your cat hair out of this. Well, all right, back from my busy day. So yeah, stuff to talk about. First things first, I managed to squeeze in the review for this before the day really got going. You gonna focus there, Sony? Yeah, look at that. Look at that little Samsung guy. Look at that. Look at that. 500 gigabyte little SSD. So it does use USB Type-C. It took me a minute to get that to focus. But yeah, this little guy is awesome. Now, the price difference, is UPS here yet? I'm waiting on stuff from UPS today. Like Final Fantasy 15, not that it matters, because I'm not going to play it for a while, but still, just the principle of it. This little guy is fast and small. Now, it has USB-C, but the cable that it comes with goes from USB-C to USB-A. So, but cool if they would have included both, but whatever. I keep hearing cars, I keep getting excited. But anyway, spoiler, I did do a video on this, by the way, as well. Kind of doing all of the different speed tests of most of the hard drives in use here. But the Western Digital Elements hard drive, which is over there, that I had been using for video editing, on the Mac, scored a write of 55.6 and a read of 55.1. Whereas this had a write of 379.2 and a read of 420.1. So, yeah, like 8 times as fast. So that's good. So basically this thing's gonna make my life a lot easier. So, story time. Went to the Apple store, brought in my Mac, they took a look at it. I basically told them, look, the thing's doing weird stuff. It's shut down when I was in Premiere, or in Final Cut. It did the whole monitor freak out thing with the third-party dongle and like totally freaked out. And I was talking to the Genius Bar, and finally the business guy came up that knows me. And we kind of had a chat, and he goes, yeah, you know what? He goes, you're so close to the, within the return policy. You just got it. So thankfully they had another one in stock. So exchanged. And I said, okay. Like, I don't know if I really want to take the chance again with one of these though. And he was like, well, what if we can make it worth your while? I'm like, what are we talking about? So they gave me some store cred. I went in to return the Mac. I left with the Mac, a new Mac, same Mac, but same model, new Mac. So we'll see how that goes. He did tell me, he told me that there are a few third-party cables out that are on Amazon, and he couldn't tell me what they were because it's not like Apple okay or Apple sanctioned, but he said they do work USB-C to DisplayPort. They've been tested and they work. So basically he said search for those. There's like 3 or 4 of them on Amazon that do work. Just look for the reviews. People are talking about it. So that apparently is the solution to that. It is possible. There is nothing in the system that's blocking it. It's just poorly made dongles. But the cable, he's like, if you just get the straight up cable, you should be okay. Numerous people are doing it and they're not having any problem. So we'll see if that works. But I walked in to return something and I left with something else. How do they do it? It's like wizardry. So I've been thinking about getting an Apple Watch because I've got the iPhone and I've got a Pebble and I've got a Moto 360. So I kind of wanted to experience all 3 things. But I was like, I don't know. If I do the Apple Watch, I don't want to do any, I want to get the stainless steel, basically. I didn't want to get the aluminum sport watch. But the stainless steel was so much more expensive. Well, store cred, discounts, and all kinds of good stuff equals Apple Watch. The stainless steel version of it. So, yeah. Am I a sucker? Yeah, I'm a sucker. I got suckered into the Apple Watch. So, yeah. I just lost the bag. So that happened. Am I proud of it? No. But I was like, I don't know. Like, I was really apprehensive about it. It is the Series 2. And he's like, well, you're still in the holiday return policy deal. So if you don't like it, return it. No questions asked. If you have any more problems with the Mac, return that. No questions asked. So, yeah, I walked in there and ended up walking out with something more. So anyway, yeah, this will be an unboxing and review at some point. I'm not like super in a hurry or a rush to get into this. I'm still not entirely... basically, I want to make sure the Mac is going to work before I open this and get into all of that. But it is the Apple Watch Series 2 42mm case, stainless steel, with the Milanese loop, which is also stainless steel. So yeah, I decided to go with the stainless steel, like silver, just to kind of be the opposite of my Moto 360 because guess what? The Pebble is like charcoal, basically. It's like a grayish color. Kind of like just straight up aluminum, like the color of the Samsung drive. So I've kind of got all three areas of that spectrum covered now, if I keep that. So in the smartwatch world, but I will say the Moto 360, it's been fine. All of a sudden it's been counting my steps too. It's just like, do you want me to start counting your steps? And I clicked yes, and then it was working. So, I don't know, that started working again. I think I've got it tracking my calories right now, and it's showing that I've almost hit my calorie burn goal. Also, apparently, it's 58 degrees, so yeah. Package was shipped, cool. Yeah, I'm almost to my goal. So, anyway, yeah, so I just got the Mac. I'm still in the process of getting everything set back up again. And that is that. So kind of just wanted to give the update. Getting pretty close to the end of the vlog. Need to get the website launched because that's, I think, gonna happen today. So pretty close to making that announcement, I think. I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. Dun, 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 yeah! Come on, Sony. Focus, don't ruin the moment. Okay, to be fair, it is kind of hard to focus on this. Final Fantasy 15. Oh yeah. So yeah, it says on here, bonus content, and then 2 unforgettable stories, 1 experience, the game obviously, and then Kingsclave, Final Fantasy 15 watch feature-length CG movie and witness Noctis's father, King Regis, defend his kingdom. So boom, there it is. Let's go ahead and get this thing open. All right, I'm geeking out, I'm geeking out. Here we go. Oh yeah, so it's got this like cover on it. And then look at this. This is so nice. It's got a nice feel to it. Cool artwork on it. Turn it around, it's got more stuff on the back. And then pop it open. Deluxe edition. Oh yeah. October 25th, 2016. World of Final Fantasy for PS4 and PS Vita. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, available 2017. What are these ads that you speak of in here? Anyway, so here you go. Looks like we've got the game and then that CG movie. So that's cool. Then a whole bunch of advertisements. So World of Final Fantasy, December 2016, Kingdom Hearts HD 2, 8, The Final Monologue, Final Fantasy 14 Online. Well, I already knew about that. Apparently this is a thing that I've been seeing on Steam. It was one of the things I almost got in the Steam sale, but it was still kind of pricey even on the Steam sale. So with all the games I still have to play, I kind of put that one on hold. Anything else cool in here? So yeah, got that. Now I really need to beat Final Fantasy 13 too. I really need to get finished with that game. TUCat, stop rubbing on me. He's upset that I've been gone today. So yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. My game is here. My game is here. I don't know why I care so much because I'm not going to play it right away, but I'm pumped. Another one in the Final Fantasy collection. Okay, back to working on the website. All right, the site is up. It is live. The Patreon campaign is also up, and it is live, although it's going to take forever to load because I'm uploading video, which is what my internet does during primetime hours. And I would say this qualifies as primetime hours. So everything is, this is literally how slow my internet gets. It just it slows to a crawl. You can't do anything while that's going on. But anyway, so uploading the video for the Crooked Kraken. So I fixed that. Oh, okay, there we go. Finally, the patrons page loaded as well. But yeah, I think I have one post in here. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm clicking on things like I have bandwidth to spare. Forget it. I'll get back to it later. So yeah, that is it. The site is up and loaded and ready to rock and roll. Super creepy. That's like that. This is like when you tell like creepy campfire stories, like, "Hey, go check out my website." I feel like I need to close this out in some kind of an acceptable manner as far as lighting goes. So anyway, this is going to be the end of the TU vlog. What are we on? 33? I should know. 32 took so long to get posted. So yeah, pretty exciting times. TechUploaded.com is officially launched, and you can find your way over to that obviously by going to that address, but then of course the affiliate links over there for Amazon, the Patreon link is over there. That would really help out. So if I'm announcing it out to the vlog first, so all of you can be the first to check it out. I hope that you will. What else? Is there any other news today? Oh yeah, I've pumped about Final Fantasy 15, so that happened today as well, and all the Apple Store stuff. So I'll be looking at the Apple Watch. Hopefully this Mac will behave a little bit better. I have ordered one of the cables that was suggested, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, it was a busy day today. I don't know why I'm still wearing this tie. I kind of got wrapped up into finishing the editing for the site, getting everything launched, and forgot that I was still wearing this tie. Oh, it feels so much better to not have that on. To not be having that on. So that being said, time to jump right into TU Vlog 34. So I'm going to cut this one off here. As always, if you enjoyed this vlog, any of the vlogs, any of my videos, please go ahead and click on that subscribe button, give it a like, share it. Let's get the news out about the TU Vlog and TUCat, who's asleep over on the couch. And I'm surprised he hasn't gotten up, because usually he does when I start talking. And of course now I have something new to pimp out. Go check out techuploaded.com. You can also follow me on social media. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as TechUploaded. And of course you can shoot me an email at techuploaded@gmail.com. And you know the drill. Don't be a stranger. Check back soon.